Just a random video. It's late at night. I was thinking about. I was working at Mount Olivet in Elizabeth. My boss was Benji. At once, couple times I called him Benji because I was really angry at him. It's like a little kid name. Pretty sure he got called Benji. He didn't like it. But we would go to this Dunkin' Donuts, and there's this guy, black dude. He was older, maybe 40s, 50s. I don't know, 40s. I don't want to say too old, but he was in okay health, and he had a apartment from the state somewhere, like this, I guess he was on welfare. He had, they give him an apartment, this and that. And Ben over there would just always give me like $1 or I don't know, a quarter of a dollar or something, some change. Actually, I think he would give, not $1, he would give him a change or something like that. Well, he's, no, he's doing good, he's this and that, but it was just, the fakeness of people. And I'm just, I was thinking it's like people only let you know so much, you know. They don't want to tell you the whole truth of who they are, this and that. Whether you're this color, that color, that ethnicity from that country. I met a lot of people, till you see their face, how they act, how they say things, and you just realize that, they're just lying. Once you get to know them. A lot of times you don't even have to get to know them. You just see it written all over their face. And this isn't so sixth sense that reading people's minds. I mean, you could just tell, like, when they're just like, they're being fake about stuff. You're just like, just, yeah, well, oh, yeah, yeah. Like, I saw my neighbor, say, oh, yeah, I always give. It's like, really, you're acting like you want me to see that you're fake? It's like, I know you, man. You're not even like that. You know, I always do something for the kids over there. Like, what is that crap? Don't even do that, man. Like, it's kind of funny, but it's just ridiculous. It's like something see on a comedy show, and it's like, oh, well, they're just being idiots about it, right? I mean, he's not like that, but it's also about and there's homelessness problem. I saw a video, and I think it was at first I thought it was California. They have a problem too, but it was just like it's all over the place. There's a lot of problem with homelessness, and people sleep on the street. There's this. I don't want to say couple because they said I think they were brother and sister. I didn't even care. I used to see them uh, since like 2016 when I first started seeing them, and then I bought them some stuff. But it's like I exchanged numbers with one of them. I felt bad for them because they said they slept in a car. And I was like, that feels really bad. And she said, especially in the summer because it gets really hot and this and that. And it's like she had like a little fan, but it's not the same. So I was like, well, you should get like assistance from the city. And like they said, the guy had like a criminal past, so they wouldn't give him an apartment. Cause I still felt bad. Everybody needs an apartment. And then like she I think she called me and she's like, oh, your mother has a house, this and that. Can I come over there and like would you have a place we could stay for them? I'm like, no, listen, I can't. Uh, I can't allow you that. Like first of all, even back then, I think someone was. I mean, yes, I think people were still living here. You know, that was one thing. But it's like even if they weren't, like, I'm just not gonna bring random people and even though maybe it was my house, maybe, but it's like I don't know. I have other ideas, but I can't do that. I wasn't really too offended. I was just like put off by that. And later, I never saw them. I always gave that woman like she liked a cranberry juice. So I always bought her cranberry juice at the Dunkin' Donuts. That was no problem. I would have bought them other stuff. I know she just said she hated pork. She never liked pork, which is all right. And like I don't know, you talk to these people and you get to know them, this and that. It's not so much about that those two people. It's about that one guy. And it's like I think one time I gave him like a dollar. It was like a coin dollar. And then I felt like he wasn't even asking me. He was just standing there. And I was like, it's because this guy Benji started giving him. And then it's like it was another thing. And I got a confrontation or something. It's like I mean, I could go on and on. Is race included, but it even shouldn't be. It's about just how people manipulate, and also they they're like, they're angry at you, this and that. But when it comes down to it, they just, they're fake about it, and just like up and down. It's like, I just stay away from that. You know, that one guy, like, he never talked to me. He just, like, he looked at me funny, and then he had, like, trying to have a conversation. So, oh, I'm hurting this, and I'm like, listen, man, I gotta go, man. I don't remember it to that fullest extent, but it just, you go out of your way, try to help somebody, and then in the end, like, they just, they really just, they have no care for you whatsoever. They want to take stuff from you and this and that, and that's all they need you for. And I'm not talking about street people. I'm talking about a lot of people in general too. You know, it's like, what is the difference? Well, they don't have, a nice house with a two-car garage or something like that. That's the only difference. Or a full-time job. That's the way I see it. And then I could get to the point, well, how would you call someone a bum? Right? When he or she, especially he, is disrespectful to you for other reasons, or they just hate you, and they want to they tell you, like, I want you to go to the big house, like a prison. For what, Ben? What do you want me to go to prison for? It's like they're obsessed with just degrading you and stuff. That's a bum right there. Even though he has a nice little job, maybe he has a car, this and that, to his disposal. That's a bum. He could be homeless and stuff, but he could still show some respect to people, this and that. Yeah. I met one guy, and, like, he looked like he was he was just, like, hurt from just drug abuse or something like that, and he was homeless, but he didn't seem like he was a bum. At least to my understanding. Or maybe you get to a certain level and you're just like that. And there's a lot of homeless people that are just rude and crazy, or maybe they just know. But it's like, someone shows you respect, you show respect back, right? Unless you know what the world is. Except back then, I think it was a little bit different. But I saw things too, and it's like, my definition of a bum is like, even in the Rocky movie, Rocky's their brother-in-law, he used to call people, you bum, and it wasn't about homelessness, just it's like your mentality's in the gutter, and it's just very unappealing.